With pick 166 in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Tyrone Tracy Jr., running back, Purdue. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, but Tyrone Tracy, you are a New York Giant. Tyrone Tracy is one of my favorite running backs in this draft class. An hour ago, I tweeted out that I wanted Tyrone Tracy to be the pick here in the 6th round, and the Giants, they find a way to make my wildest dreams come through. He is 24 years old, a little bit of an older prospect, spent a lot of time in college. From 2018 to 2021, he was with Iowa, and he was actually a receiver at Iowa. And then he transferred to Purdue in 2022 and 2023, and then that is when he switched to a running back, 5'11", 209 pounds. If I had to have a NFL draft comparison for Tyrone Tracy, it would be Cordero Patterson, formerly of the Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. Just a pure athlete, someone that you want to find a way to get the ball in his hands. That's why he switched from wide receiver to running back, because Purdue found out when you get the ball in the hands of Tracy, he finds ways to make big plays happen. And he put that on display throughout the pre-draft testing numbers, and that's why he's graded out in the 97th percentile of all running backs in scouting combine history. Comes in at 5'11", 209 pounds. He threw up 225 pounds on the bench press 20 times. A 40-inch vertical, 97th percentile. 10-foot plus broad jump, 89th percentile. A 40-yard dash of 4.48, 87th percentile. A 10-yard split in the 84th percentile. His short shuttle, his quickness is really what pops off the tape when you watch it, and I think that came true when he tested it in his short shuttle and his 3-cone drill. 96th percentile in both of those. Overall, 97th percentile when it comes to his relative athletic score. Last year for Purdue, he had 113 carries, 716 yards, 6.3 yards per carry, and 8 touchdowns. He only had 1 carry in 2018. He had 6 in 2019, 2 in 2020, 7 in 2021, 17 in 2022. He had 113 this year, and he made a lot of plays for Purdue. There's a reason that they changed him from receiver to running back. It's because he is electric. He forced 46 missed tackles last year. He had 25 runs that were longer than 10-plus yards. He had 14 runs of more than 15-plus yards. He had 354 yards of his 716 were considered breakaway yards. Special athlete, really good player. And the Giants, they get a stud here in round 5 at pick 166. Do you like the pick by the New York Giants? I want to hear from all the real ones down in the comments section. Do you like the pick of Tyrone Tracy? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I want to hear from all the real ones down in the comments section. I like the pick. I would give it a B. Honestly, maybe even a B+. You get him at 166. I had him as a top 10 back. I'm excited for him to be a member of this football team. Another thing that I think is going to benefit Tyrone Tracy in the National Football League is his ability to be a returner. With these new kickoff return rules, you want guys back there that can make people miss, go the distance, and when the ball is in their hands, be an electric player, and that is exactly what he is. You take a look now at the Giants running back depth chart, you have a completely different look to this team. Devin Singletary is your lead back. Then you got guys like Gary Brightwell, Eric Gray, Ja'Shawn Corbin, Deion Jackson, Deontay Miller, and now Tyrone Tracy. Giants didn't really have any back on this team like Tracy. And one thing that I really like about him is he has a receiver background, which means he is going to be able to play on third down. You're going to be able to use him as a weapon in a multitude of ways, whether it's on a swing pass, whether you want to throw him a screen, whether you want to line him outside and have him run a route. He could do that as well. Really strong athletic profile for him, as you see. Really good short area quickness. Makes a lot of people miss. He made tacklers miss 46 times last year. A long run of 62. He's a special player, guys. And the fact that the Giants were able to get him this late in the draft at a position of need, I really think Joe Schoen is crushing this draft. This is what the Athletic's Dane Brugler said about Tyrone Tracy, running back out of Purdue. Quote, Tracy needs to improve his decision making at the line of scrimmage, but he can create with his quick lateral cuts and contact balance. And he can stay on the field on passing downs. He is a multi-dimensional threat as a rusher, receiver, and special teamer. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had him as a fourth-round player. We're getting him on the back half of round 5. Really like the pick. This offense last year was one of the most boring offenses and least productive offenses in National Football League history. And now you add a guy in Malik Nabers, athletic freak. A guy in Tyrone Tracy, athletic freak. Speed, speed, speed. Big play, big play. Theo Johnson, athletic freak. The Giants are doing everything they can to put playmakers around Daniel Jones. I love the pick of Tyrone Tracy, and I can't wait to see him play some football this year for Big Blue. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, your home for all things New York Giants. We put out free, informative, entertaining content every single day on the New York Football Giants, and we're actually live on the channel right now covering the 2024 NFL Draft. I want to see everybody down in the chat, so if you haven't yet, subscribe, turn notifications on, and come join us here on our coverage here as we get everything rolling here for the end of day 3 of the NFL Draft. Tyrone Tracy, the newest member of the New York Giants. Just going to pull up some of my notes here on him. He led the team in rushing TDs this past year. He had a 98-yard kick return touchdown. He missed one game due to injury. Just so crazy. 5 years in college as a receiver. Then he switched to running back and has his best year. Then some strengths. He's a well-built athlete with above-average speed, shifty cutting skills to make steep backside cuts and quickly clear the first wade. Averaged 4.44 yards after contact in 2023, so he's not someone that's just going to go down the first time he gets touched. He abruptly adjusts his pacing to shake defenders in space, has enough run strength to drive through uncommitted tackles. He has a receiver background, and that shows when he's targeted out of the backfield. Eager to body up defenders and pass pro and scans quickly to pick up blitzes. Something we don't really talk about as running back prospects is their ability to come in and be a pass blocker. And if you're going to be a receiving back, you got to be able to do that on third down. Only one career fumble, none in 2023. He ranks second in the Big Ten in kick return yardage in 2023, including that 98-yard kick return. He also stood out in kick and punt coverages, 6 special teams tackles. He led the team with 9 total touchdowns in 2023, 8 rushing, 1 kick return. Some weaknesses: inconsistent anticipating run lanes and eyes get too big for his appetite. Needs to be more efficient pressing and setting up blocks. Overly patient on some runs, too impatient on others. Momentum occasionally stalls out of his jump cuts and late hits to the gas. Slight hip tightness limits his fluidity and out in space. He's guilty of running before securing catches and had a pair of drops and a few bobbles on his 2023 tape. He's willing as a pass blocker, but needs to sharpen his technique. He missed the Ohio State game because of injury. He'll turn 25 in his rookie season. He spent only 1 of 6 college seasons at running back. Overall, I think the Giants got a player right here. I think he's someone that's going to come in and make an impact early on. I'm a fan. He needs to work on his vision. It's like when you watch him, you're watching a player that was once a wide receiver that has switched to running back. Just needs more reps. Needs to get a little bit more comfortable. Trust his eyes. Doesn't always have to hit a home run. We'll definitely be looking for some home runs from him. And I'm pretty pumped up about him being a member of this football team. Who should the Giants pick next, though? Got 1 pick left. I wouldn't mind an O-lineman. I wouldn't mind a D-line. Give me a big fella. Give me some trench player. Give me someone that's going to dominate the line of scrimmage for the New York Giants. I really like what they've done this draft, man. I really do. I love Malik Nabers. Every pick I have been happy with. I really have. Is this in? Is this out? Now, this is going to be the end of this cut. So shout out to everybody watching. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't yet, subscribe and hit that thumbs up icon on your way out.